let's just share and encourage one another in this topic. But as long as we are still struggling in this area, then we need to learn and get better.
One of the things of what that has come with exposure on an individual level is learning about the 50-30-20 rule.
And we think money is evil, like religion has taught us. But those are all lies. So if God gives you the power to make wealth, how can that He has given you power to make be evil?
At home, at work, in your business, with your friends, what is desired level of service to them? And lastly, unbelievable. This is what William is talking about, that getting information to help you make good decisions. If I'm reading 50 pages a day and you're reading 0, you cannot compete, I'll destroy you. It's as simple as that. In terms of my mental coherence, in terms of my confidence level, in terms of the knowledge that we're talking about. So it's important that when we talk about this knowledge, let's not just take it as lip service. Be a good custodian of what God has gifted you. That's the mind. So that's where I wanted to start from. About the subject Becky is requesting me to talk about, I will give you 2 different approaches to deal with money. The first one is called the in, up, out model. That with money you must have an inside job. Ari has talked a lot about that. That if there is no enemy within, the enemy without can cause you no harm. The problem is many of us, we are so uncomfortable with ourselves inside that we want the validations of the outside world to give us some bit of a high, that superficial high, that dopamine rush. So you need to have an inside game. The Secret of the Millionaire's Mind by Av Ika is one of the best books you can read when it comes to dealing with the inside job of money. Because some of you, when you get money in your pocket, your body is itching. It's very important. Work on the mind, but also work on the relationship with money and God. That's why we talk about tithing. He talked about tithing here, very important, in one of his slides. Learn to give the money to God without feeling like, but you see, I need to first spend it on this, I need to first pay that. First give, then we can be able to receive. That many of us, we keep in our hands, and our hands are always closed. And when it's closed, when God wants to give you, your hand is what? Closed. So you cannot receive. So first of all, give to God, but also help those who are in need. And then the outside job is, the outer one is, do whatever it takes with money to give you a lifestyle that you're happy with. Yeah? I always tell people, I work so hard to sustain a certain lifestyle. That's also very important, because some of you live in a slum, and because you live in a slum, you feel like you're the superstar in the slum. And that's the dangerous thing, So you need to work really tirelessly hard to live a lifestyle where you are inspirational, but not living like a pauper. So, I need to drive a BMW, I will do whatever it takes to buy that BMW. I need to live in a decent home, I'll do whatever it takes to ensure I have a decent home. I want to buy certain items for my home, from wherever I want to buy. The thing is, can you work for it? Because if you can, then you can be able to sustain a good lifestyle. Many of you are envious of how William is living his life, Enoch is living his life, because you see how they do it and like, I need that. Then all of a sudden the human nature of wanting some things come in. So do whatever it takes to get what you need to live the lifestyle you need to live, so that you don't crave other people's what? Lifestyles and what they have. And for me, that's very important. So I wanted to start with that. The second thing I want to talk about money is you need to make it. If there is anything I'm really good at is, I'm a salesman, and I'm a very good salesman. I have built my life around sales. I have a sales institute in Uganda, in Kenya, in Zambia, in Accra, Ghana now. So the sales institute is to train people. How do we make money? I have an hotel in Kigali in northern Uganda. I have a few Airbnbs. If you notice, that's all around sales. So my strength is what? Sales. And I make sure that every business that I do, it's easy for me to sell. I have a goat farm. We have some really good boars. Recently, a good friend of ours, Andrew Mwenda, gave me 4 big own cows. So probably I will get into cows as well. But I'm a goats guy. I have 1,000 plus goats. So during I only sell my goats during festive season. I can do without this, right? I can do without this. So during festive season, my plan is to make sure I make $30,000 from selling the goats. So you have to do your best to make the money, because a lot of us, we talk about saving the money, but we are not making the money. So that's very, very important as well. I always tell my staff, be a production machine that produce. Because when you can produce, you can sell. When you can sell, you can be able to sustain a certain lifestyle. And a lot of you guys struggle with that. That you really struggle with very small money. I will tell you, in Kigali here, $1,000 is small. So the mindset is, do I have the job that gives me the money that I can be able to save, that I can be able to use? Because he talked about the 50, the 30, the 20% model. But you can only work with that model when you what? When the money is coming in. And a lot of you have just kind of accepted a job because, number one, you're incompetent. In most of the jobs you do, you're very incompetent that you're taking a job of $300. It's like, this is a start. So I challenge you, be so good at what you do that you can be employed in an organization that gives you at least, give and take, $1,500 and above. You can play with that. But if you're adding about $1,000 and then you become a parent, like myself and William, I have 3 kids, like her. And my kids study in one of the best international schools in Uganda. And every time I have to spend about $17,000 for my kids. Now, for that to happen, you must be competent at what I do so I can sustain those tuition fees. A lot of you have accepted too little. You know why? Because you're not so good at what you do. And if you're good at what you do, you're very terrible at selling it. You're terrible at selling it. So, I want to invite you for the Sales Warriors Convention coming on October 4th, so I can teach you how to sell. Because some of you lack the skill sets to sell. And when you can learn how to sell well, then probably you'll be able to, raise the bar and do so much with your life. Lastly, talking a bit of sales now. There are 3 different types of stewardship, using your word now, sir. There are 3 different types of stewardship that you must be very good at. The first one is be a good business steward. Now, a good business steward, when I talk about business, I talk about all your business. Your family business, husband and wife and the kids, that's the family business. Make sure that house is in order. If it's not in order, fix it. If you cannot fix it, then get out. But that's the last resort. Try to fix it. Then your social lifestyle, that's another business. Because a lot of you have a terrible social lifestyle. You live to impress, to show off, there is a party here, let's go, we go. So fix that business. Fix that business. And then there's several others. The careers that you do, that's the business. Some of you still employed, that's the business. Be the best at it. Because it helps to give you the money you need to pay the bills. So be a good business manager. The problem is many of us, we are terrible stewardship of the businesses around our lives. You can talk about investment business, you can talk about your employment business, you can talk about family as a business, you can talk about anything, your friendship. I wrote a book, in one of the chapters I wrote and I said, if you work with 9 fools, you become the 10th. And a lot of us have got a lot of fools around us. People who are aimless, they're not going anywhere, they're totally hopeless. And you're like, next year I'll be a millionaire in dollars. No, you won't. So fix the business. Second one, be a good people steward. You want to do well with money, make money. Your money is with people. I always tell people, your biggest money is with a stranger. I'm from Uganda, northern Uganda. I'm in Rwanda today. I brought this conference for you. Majority of you probably you're meeting me here for the first time, your entire life. But you're gonna pay me the most money. I had a meeting with MTN, I had a meeting with Bank of Africa. Some of your companies, please introduce me to your companies. I want to come there. Like, these are strangers. But if I can be a good people steward, when I can manage conversations with people, with strangers, and we build connections with them, those people can give you the avenues to make money. And not only that, create influence. Now, a lot of us, we're quite transactional in our relationships with people, and we are quite evasive with our relationship as well. And a majority of you, you are afraid to go and meet those influential people, like the CEOs in different organizations. You should learn to interact with people and keep those relationships. It's very important. Don't be too transactional with people. Be relational with people. Be educational with people. When they meet you, can they learn something new from you? If not, at least can they feel like, this guy, I felt peace with him. I felt she was calm. Because a lot of you, when people meet, people come to my office asking for jobs. But like the energy is not right. The knowledge level is terrible. And then they say things that are not coherent because they lack self-esteem. So it's very important you work on you so that when you meet people, you leave some impact in their life, enough for them to want to support you to achieve what it is that you want to achieve. Be it a job, be it a business that you deal in, very important. The third stewardship that is important is the customer stewardship. That all of us here, we have customers. Is that true? Is that true? For William and the wife, William, your wife is your customer. Wife, William is your customer. Every day you have to make him happy. Every day you have to make her happy. So let's take it to that basic level. Yeah? Your employer is your customer. And the people that you serve, the staff that you work with in the organization, they are your customers. Are you doing a good job with that customer? Or you're just being an opportunist? That there are 6 levels of serving a customer. One level is called criminal service. And some of you, the level of service you give to people is criminal. You deserve to be in jail. Like working with people, you're terrible. Especially customers. The second level is basic. You're just basic. Like, I don't feel your presence. Yes, you're there, but I don't feel it. You're just basic. You come to an event like this one, you sit somewhere at the corner, you don't even greet people, you disappear, you're just basic. And life will treat you in a what? Basic way. The next level is expected level of service. Expected level of engagement with your customers. What the customer expects, you give it to them. That's fairly okay. But I'll tell you, majority of people in this part of the world called Africa, we stop there. We are mostly at expected, basic, mostly criminals that need to be in jail. So expected service is just that. It's nothing extra. It's just the bare minimum. The next one is desired service. Are you giving your customers a desired service? Is William giving you a desired husband service? Is are you giving your children a desired mother service? They are your customers. Are you giving your boss a desired level of service? So I want you to just, this evening, go and do a reflection. What does even that mean? What does that mean, desired? In the context of what it is that you do, be it at home, be it at work, be it in your business, what is desired for that audience of your customers? The next level is surprising service. Surprising is something mesmerizing, it's something off the chaff, it's something out of the usual. It's surprising. Like you take her to Dubai for the honeymoon now, after about 10 years. Or Singapore, or wherever it is. So, what is desired in the different levels of customers that you serve? At home, at work, in your business, with your friends, what is desired level of service to them? And lastly, unbelievable service. Unbelievable service is something astonishingly fantastic. I'm trying to just look for big words. We Luo people from northern Uganda, we like big words. Astonishingly fantastic. Something mesmerizing, bamboozling, tantalizing. God, English. Yeah. Allow me a little bit. Yeah. Are you unbelievable with people? Or you are easily forgettable? If you give me a chance to come and be a part of the Sales Warriors Convention on the 4th of October, I want to show you what unbelievable means in terms of sales, in terms of human engagement, in terms of conversation with the marketplace. I'm looking forward to having all of you come for this convention. There is so much more for us to talk about on that day. But if you also work with any business enterprise, please introduce us. My number is the Ugandan number on that flyer. Drop me a WhatsApp with your company. Set me an appointment. I would love to come to your company. I'm still here until 10th of July. So let me come to your company. I'm even open to give you a free pro bono to your entire staff. How about that? Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Let's appreciate him one more.